Hey guys, All In Crypto here and welcome back for another video, everybody. In this video, we're going to be taking a close look at why Bitcoin is going to hit $100,000 by the end of 2021, guys. Yes, I'm going to say that once more for those of you who didn't hear me out there. Bitcoin is going to $100 by the end of this year, guys, and in this video I'm going to show you exactly how that is achieved. Today Bitcoin is currently sat at $37,000. It's up 20% on the 7-day. It's up about nearly 4% on the 24-hour chart. It's 3rd of the 2nd, 2021 today. Guys, in this video, we are going to get into and I'm going to explain to you guys again, I've done it on numerous occasions in this video, the Bitcoin 4-year cycle theory and how we are still following that perfectly. We're going to get into a number of other reasons why I believe Bitcoin and blockchain cryptocurrencies are the future, guys. It is my strong conviction and belief that blockchain is going to be integrated into everything in a similar way that the internet is integrated into everything. Blockchain essentially is going to be used in every aspect of finance and business, guys, and there's a number of reasons I believe this, but in this video we're really going to focus on the Bitcoin 4-year cycle theory. And how I'm going to do that, guys, is I'm going to first of all pull up the Bitcoin chart. This is the normal Bitcoin chart, not the logarithmic chart. I know you guys probably remember when we were looking at this. It wasn't all that long ago, sort of before Christmas, and here we are today, guys. I mean, you know, if you've been accumulating throughout this entire bear market like I have, you are very, very happy with not only your Bitcoin, but your altcoins. We're seeing a number of altcoins pop off across the board. However, this video is not about altcoins. It's about Bitcoin and why it hits 100,000 in 2021. I am as sure as I can be on this. It was very hard for me to find a chart that I hadn't drawn all over. So this chart has sort of the pullback. So quickly, you know, you can see the last bull run. This is 2017. We had a previous bull run in 2017 and a previous one to that in 2013. These are pullbacks that I've drawn on the chart. I think I must have been trying to show people that pullbacks were totally normal and a part of bull runs. And we've obviously seen one from the sort of 40,000. Guys, I think Bitcoin largely, I'm going to put this out here right now, its next move before we have any sort of a pullback like of this size comes at around about $61,000. $61, $62, $63,000, round about that range. I've got sort of $3,000 sort of leeway on that. But guys, what I'm going to do, it's one of those videos I wanted to put out so I have it on my channel where I can direct people to, is we're going to go over the Bitcoin 4-year cycle theory. It's the reason everyone's so bullish on not only Bitcoin but the larger crypto market, because the larger crypto market follows Bitcoin. We know that from looking at the total chart and the total 2 chart, total being all money in crypto. If you take Bitcoin out, you have the total 2 chart, and you know they look different, and you can see that if you take Bitcoin out of the crypto market, it's it's not a small market by any means, but it's significantly smaller. And guys, what I'm going to do is start off by explaining to you exactly what the Bitcoin cycle theory is. It somewhat revolves around the halvenings. For those of you who don't know, Bitcoin has a halvening every 4 years, where the reward given from Bitcoin, essentially from the Bitcoin network, halves. I think it's on 6.25, potentially 6.25 Bitcoin per block. That will change next year. It will half again, and essentially that really ushers in pretty perfectly a sort of change in the markets. You tend to find some real good gains come after that. But we're not going to overcomplicate things in this video. For those of you who are colorblind, guys, do not fear. All in Crypto is here. I'm going to talk you through it. We're going to work on a little bit of numbers. I'm going to show you how things have reacted in the past. And we're really going to dive in and dissect this Bitcoin 4-year cycle theory. And this is basic knowledge that all of you should have if you are in the cryptocurrency sort of space. You should understand how the cycle of Bitcoin, the leading cryptocurrency, the main cryptocurrency, the father, the OG cryptocurrency, how the cycles work, and then you can kind of base altcoins. You can gauge altcoins and how they work off of this. However, there are pariahs, there are coins that don't perform, aren't as correlated to Bitcoin as others. We see that in a number of coins at the moment, a lot of the DeFi space. There is a ton of money. I was about to swear then, but I had to stop myself. A ton of money that is about to flow into the cryptocurrency market, guys. And where we are now at 37,000 is nowhere near where we are going to end up at the end of the year, guys. And enough of me waffling on. Let me explain to you what the Bitcoin 4-year cycle theory is. So essentially, Bitcoin works in a 4-year cycle. Now, the first cycle follows the prior end of cycle 4th year, which was the parabolic move, the main bull run. Like I say, this is 2017, guys. We all know what happened in 2017. The first stage in the 4-year cycle theory comes after that, which I have in red here, the first number 1. I'm working on the most recent cycle. However, I'm going to go back and show you all the others and show you how this follows it so identically. So the first cycle is where you enter your bear market very, very steeply. The second year in the cycle, you start to bottom out. You start to maybe climb a little bit. They act somewhat differently, but they all follow the same sort of pattern. You bottom out really in your second year. Your third year, which is typically following, there's a halving either sometime in that year or, there's a halving in the third year. You then start to break all descending resistance, and you really get the sort of sense that the bull market is now back in effect. The bulls are in charge, the bears have been shooed off, and the bulls are in charge. And the 4th year, guys, which we are currently in today, which is 2021. First year was 2018, second year was 2019, third year was 2020, and 4th year was 2021, guys. This video is crucial for you all to get your head around and get your head around the Bitcoin 4-year cycle theory. You can apply this to your overall knowledge in the cryptocurrency market. It's crucial. It's fundamental. Back in 2017, if I had known this, and it's a very simple thing to get your head around once you've got your head around it, it would have saved me a hell of a lot of money because I'd have been able to work out roughly what was coming next or what potentially was coming next. This, in somewhat, is a game of probability, a game of data, a game of trying to guess the markets based on information. And make an informed decision, and this is going to help each and every one of you out there, guys. Like I say, I wanted to get this video out so it's on my channel and I can point people to it. Hello to all my new subscribers, by the way. I thank each and every one of you for subscribing, and I promise I am not going to let you down. And guys, I hope you're excited. So the 4th year, as I was saying before I got off target, is where you hit your parabolic. Now let's take a look. Now I've explained how the cycles work roughly. Let's take a look at the prior bull cycle. Now, there are a number of ways. I'm showing you this on the normal Bitcoin chart, guys. This is the normal chart, and we can switch it to the logarithmic, which actually shows the cycles even more clearly, which I will do after this. I'll quickly change it to the log. This is a logarithmic chart. This really shows the overall trend of Bitcoin is literally up. There's no other way for it, guys. It's going up, and this shows it better. I'll show you the normal chart without all my colors and stuff on it. The logarithmic chart. This, of course, is the logarithmic Bitcoin chart in comparison with the normal one. It just sort of it's on it essentially logs. It's a logarithmic chart. It logs prices more simply, if that makes sense, but it's always a good thing to look at. And that if you're looking at a chart, guys, go on the logarithmic chart and it will sort of give you the overall trend of where things are going. So we'll go back into the prior 2000 and when was it 2014 all the way up to 2017. 2014. To 2014 was following essentially a 2017, but in 2013, the fourth stage of the cycle, before it dips into the bear market. So this is 2013 here, guys. This is 2014, the first year. This is the second year where you bottom out. This is the third year where you have a halvening and you sort of break all descending resistance. And this, of course, is the 4th year, 2017, guys, in green here. I hope you can all see this. I hope my big head's not in the way. And then, of course, the same thing happens again. The first year, you sort of slip very fast into the bear market. Second year, you bottom out. Third year, you break all these resistance following the halvening, and you sort of impulse higher and really enter the bull market again. And the 4th year, which we are currently in, guys, is the parabolic stage. We are in that. This is where we're going to see altcoins explode. If you were here in 2017, you literally saw coins 1000x. I mean, you know, you could have put a couple of £100 in and you'd be sat pretty comfortably. And I think you're going to see a similar thing happen today. I think the space is more evolved. I think we're going to see more regulatory clarity with Gary Gensler. I'm going to make a big video on Gary Gensler. I actually happen to be somewhat like the guy. I've watched probably coming up to 25 hours of his lectures. But I'm going to make a big video on that. That's not what this video is about. Just a little sneak peek for you. So 2013 happened before 2017, obviously, and you can see a similar thing arises. You have your big sort of parabolic move, and then of course 2013 then gets dwarfed. 2007 is now being dwarfed by the current cycle, and this continues, guys. 2017 is going to look similar to how this is 2017 is going to look similar to how 2013 looked. You guys should be very, very excited. You should be happy to take part of this. This is like the internet in some ways, and we are somewhat early. You are still early in the crypto space. If you are here right now, you're not as early as you could have been. However, if you get into certain altcoins that have only really just started to pop up and are just around, that are evolving cryptocurrencies and blockchain, you are very early, guys. So there's always opportunities. So what we're going to do now, guys, is we're going to look at the logarithmic scale. Remember what I told you, the logarithmic scale is still the Bitcoin chart, but it's just on a logarithmic scale. You can see that pullbacks are this green line that I've drawn for some reason is obviously 2017, where it started. We had a pullback pretty much straight away after that. And what are we seeing today, guys? What did we see after the ushering of the new year? We saw a pullback straight away. I'll show you on the coloured chart. I don't know why I skipped chart. So pullback there, and we are following this perfectly, guys. We've seen a pullback as we've sort of ushered in the new year. Pretty much. Wow. Let me just show you this on this chart so everybody gets a real understanding of what is going on here. They are following each other perfectly. So I've drawn with the blue line when 2021 essentially started with the turn of the new year. We had a pullback pretty much straight after that. If we go back to the prior one, get as close as I can. If you look at what happened, guys, we had a pullback straight after it. We are still following this, guys. And we can do it on this one, and it becomes even more clear because you'll see where the green is sort of ushered in. I don't know why I have a line on February there. I don't even need this line because, of course, logarithmic. If we go back to 2017, we have a drop. If we go back to what's happening today, we have a drop. These cycles are following each other perfectly, guys. You need to get to grips with this. Go and play about with it yourself on TradingView. Everybody should have TradingView if you're interested in charts at all. Just have a play around with it. Get familiar with charts, what charts look like. And what I want to really bring you onto is something called the Wall Street cheat sheet now. This is essentially how Wall Street mark out the philosophy, psychology of a market cycle. Now, markets are driven by human beings. Human beings are emotional creatures. We are very emotionally driven, and this essentially works out how cycles react and how they sort of, the motions that they go through as a result of human beings being the ones investing. You have disbelief, hope, optimism, belief, thrill, euphoria, complacency, anxiety, denial, panic, capitulation, anger, depression, disbelief, guys. And this is how things go. They go like that and back down. This is a simplified market cycle. And let us take this over to the Bitcoin normal chart and see if they look anything similar. This essentially, guys, you'll get this occurring, this market structure occurring if you are then the market's about to grow. Essentially, you'll make a bigger impulse than the first one here. In the second one, you can see that in this sort of simplified version over here. And I'll show you this. It's just a useful trick to sort of always look at this sort of stuff. That's as little as it'll let me go. What do? That didn't work. Well, maybe we'll get it somewhat right at some point. Yeah, You know, these markets look very similar to me, guys. The structure looks identical. I've been saying this for a while. I've got some absolute gems in my old videos if you want to go and watch them. I'm on about largely the same stuff back then than I'm about now. It's just that we have more confirmation in terms of how Bitcoin is following its 4-year cycle, and it is just following it perfect. Remember, guys, this is a logarithmic chart. This is the normal chart. They follow them. And it's the same in both senses. And there's really no denying that Bitcoin is following a 4-year cycle theory. And essentially I think the first year, the third year on this cycle is typically about after the year of the halvening is typically about 300% gains. The year after is something like 3,000. Typically, they're rough figures off the top of my head. But one thing I also want to talk to you guys about before I leave you is 2013. The first year that we really had the fourth year of the cycle parabolic move was 100x. The fourth year of 2017, so the next time it happened, was 20x. And I believe, guys, when I first made a video on this, you can go back and check, we hadn't even hit 20,000 yet, and I was saying that we're essentially going to 5x to 100,000. There are other people saying this, guys. The 4-year cycle theory, I've obviously drawn this myself and mapped this out myself and referred to this chart regularly to see how we're doing in the cycle. But guys, now is not the time to be shorting Bitcoin. Because we're going to 100,000. Who's going to want to short a coin that's going up in this year? I believe. Like I say, this is all my opinion. None of this is actual. It is factual, essentially, that we are following the 4-year cycle theory very, very closely. However, I can't predict the future, guys. I can't predict a fact coming from the future, other than the sun will shine or something like that. So this could, of course, theoretically, not happen. However, the likelihood of this not happening, guys, to me is extremely slim. And if you really understand the crypto space and what blockchain technologies bring to humanity, to financial systems, to the world, how they simplify things, and we live in a technological age, and this is just a part of it. This is the next generation predecessor. This is the future of this form of technology. It's the future of finance in a lot of senses because it eliminates a lot of third parties. And you see in and among the crypto space with things like DeFi, with oracles that sort of price feed to and from projects, the crypto space is evolving, guys. It's like AI, but it's not. You know, it's sort of on, but we're not going to go into talk about AI. So I hope this video has been useful for all of you. It's one of those videos I wanted to get out to sort of just so I have it on the channel so that I can refer people back to it. Guys, I am posting content every day. However, you know, they're somewhat shorter videos. I'm going to release maybe sort of 5 or 6 videos over the weekend, so stay tuned for those, guys. Make sure you subscribe for those. And we're going to cover a broad range of topics. We're going to go into Gary Gensler, the chairman of the SEC, the person who is now in charge of suing Ripple Labs Incorporated, Brad and Chris Larson. We're going to go into why I believe everybody should own cryptocurrencies, where we talk about inflation, where we talk about an unfair monetary system and how Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies could eventually come in and save the day. We're going to talk about a long list of things. I'm going to bring out some price predictions. We're going to talk a bit more about Uniswap, which is an amazing revolution that is happening in terms of decentralized finance, in terms of decentralized exchanges and dexes. Anyway, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. Thanks a lot for watching this video, everybody, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Remember, guys, hodl those coins. Trading is not advised by me. Not that I'm giving you any advice. It's just in my opinion. I wouldn't recommend people trade unless they know exactly what they're doing, because 90-something% of traders get wrecked, and with leverage that would pretty much be 99%. Anyway, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. I hope you're all having a fantastic day wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Please leave me a like, a comment, and subscribe for more videos, and make sure you hit that notification bell, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.